Hey everybody, welcome to Gamerade. I'm Corey Fish.
And I'm Liam Bunch. Today we're bringing you a Gamerade special on Comi-con.
That's right, we have an exclusive interview with X-Play's own Blair Herter from our correspondent, Johnny.
We're also going to bring you Gamerade's top 5 movie introductions from Comi-con.
That's right. Okay, let's roll the interview. Here's Johnny.
That's right.
Great. Well, my name is Johnny, and I'm here on behalf of Babylon5.com and Gamerade. I'm standing next to Blair Herter of X-Play G4. First question off, we're at Comi-Con, and have you been before, or is this your first time?
This is my 11th Comic-Con.
That's me too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my 11th
Really?
Yeah, I've been going on.
Did you come in the womb? I mean,
Yes. No.
How's
It's
that
been a while.
possible?
No, I started my sophomore year in college, so
Oh, okay.
it's been a while, and it's gotten bigger every year.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure, man, yeah.
Any particular thing about Comic-Con you love about, or what makes you keep on coming like every year?
Well, there's a TV right. I don't know if we could just there's a TV right
Sure.
over here with Sarah Underwood over there
Okay.
dressed as Khaleesi. I would come for that.
That is that is good reason.
I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are here for that reason. But I'm really excited this year to see they're going to show footage of the Man of Steel movie for the
Okay,
first time,
yeah.
which will be great. I'm like a really big Lego fan, so I usually
Okay.
try to come for all the Lego exclusives. I got some cool Lego Hobbit stuff going down that I'm gonna try to get my hands on.
Try to get those exclusives.
Yeah. I got my wife, who's also one of the hosts on the show.
Jessica.
Jessica. She got me one yesterday, and she's like, "I got you the Lego exclusive." I was like, "Oh, where's the other 3?" She's like, "Oh, there's more than one." I was like,
she didn't try hard enough.
Not that I'm not grateful, but there's 3 more, so I got to go back.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get all of them.
You have 3 more days. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get it done.
Yes.
All right. Cool. I'm here on behalf of Corey Fish of Gamerade. I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yep.
He wants to know what's your most anticipated game of this year.
year.
If it bleeds into next year, you can kind of
I mean,
something.
man, it's kind of like Sophie's Choice, like picking
Yes.
the
Yeah.
kid,
I
right?
read that book.
Yeah, I think probably my most anticipated game this year, at the moment, is Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2,
We
okay.
just showed off their new trailer on the show, and it looks ridiculous. We got our hands on it at E3. It's
Okay.
freaking incredible. So probably Borderlands 2 right now. Then Assassins is great. Then there's so many great games,
Okay.
but I think Borderlands
Last
2 is probably
Okay.
my favorite.
Any thoughts on the new Tomb Raider game?
It looks pretty cool, man. I'm excited about it. I like that they're trying to take it in a different direction. I really loved, was it Temple of Light? You know, the downloadable Tomb Raider game?
I'm not 100% familiar with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The top-down one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played
So
a
I
demo
really
of
like
that.
that a lot because it was a little different than obviously what they've done in the past. I'm excited to see what they do with the new one. You know, it looks cool.
Does it seem like a little bit too much like Uncharted? Have you played that?
I mean, that's like saying, every adventure movie is like Indiana Jones in a way,
It is inspired. By
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man, if it is exactly like Uncharted, I'm okay with that because
Okay.
Uncharted's awesome.
Great.
So.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of games to look forward to. On a serious note, I know that you mentioned that that Sarah Underwood was a reason why that you come to Comic-Con. Like, you've been here since it was, I guess, a smaller con. Now, like, there's over 150,000 people to go, and there's problems getting tickets, and difficulty of getting in gets harder and harder each year. What brings you back?
Well, work for number
work,
one.
okay.
But if I did, I would still try to come back as much as possible because at my core, I'm a comic book fan. I love all of the other stuff. I love movies. I love TV. I love the fact that it truly does encapsulate everything that I care about. But I do come back every year because of the comic books. Because this is really the only place. I try to go to New York, and there are other conventions around the country. But it's still really, I think, the only place where all of my favorite artists and writers are guaranteed to be.
Yes, because this is the original.
Because this is the big one and the original one. So I try to come every year, and then we do all our shows at the beginning of the week, and then I try to spend my last day going to every booth and meeting the artists and the writers and things like that.
Any particular comics that you're reading right now, or we are at Comic-Con, of course.
I mean, look, I love the relaunch of the new 52.
new 52?
It's fantastic. I met Scott Snyder earlier, which is like a really
he's a really cool
thing
guy
for me, man.
So Swamp Thing, American Vampire.
Yeah, it's
or
great.
the new Batman?
Jeff Lemire, anything Jeff Lemire
Lemire
writes
is great,
as well. I think I'm trying to meet him tomorrow. It's really funny. I'm friends with Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. We've known each other for years.
Okay.
And they're like, I'm like, hey, can you introduce me to Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire? And they're like, so let me get this straight. You're using us to meet other people. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And they're like, that's interesting because most people do it the other way around. They're like, hey, do you know Jim Lee? Could you hook me up? So it's pretty funny. But yeah, I love those guys. I love everything they're doing.
I'm a huge fan of Essex County and Sweet Tooth and all his comics.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth. If you're not reading Sweet Tooth,
You should be.
read Sweet Tooth. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Well, perfect. I just want to ask you a quick. Corey and Landon, who is starting this new web series, is very similar to X-Play. It's called Gamerade. Do you have any tips and advice for them starting off?
Look, my advice is to keep doing what you're doing. You got a great group of friends that are obviously willing to come here and help you out and track down dudes like me. But keep doing what you're doing, man. If you love what you do, that comes across on camera. And I think if you just continue to be true to yourself and the things that you're doing and never give up, you'll be happy with whatever it is you're doing, regardless of whether or not it gets big or stays small. If you love what you're doing, then keep doing it.
Good advice.
Yeah.
And what is it like working with Morgan Webb? Corey really wants to know.
Working with Morgan Webb is like having a card that allows me to go to the ice cream buffet 24 hours a day. It is a wonderful thing, and it's so incredibly fulfilling. She really is the best, man. And to answer anybody else's questions, yes, she plays more games than anybody you know.
I bet.
Yes.
Yeah, I was at the Beyond panel and she was there too.
Yeah. So,
well, very cool. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you
was a
very
pleasure
much
for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, seriously, keep it up. The best of luck to you. I will always help you guys out in any way that I can.
Check out Gamerade.
Keep it up.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks again.
Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Johnny. It's pretty nice of Blair to take time out of his schedule at Comi-Con to do that for us. We really appreciate it.
You don't find TV personalities anymore that are willing to get on the show.
Not at all.
Talk to two guys like us. You know, and
who
so-
just started up a web show like this. I mean, and we do have future celebrities coming, so be prepared for more interviews with people we got lined up. So we want to do that.
We got to get to a Comic-Con. It'd be worth going to see.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it if Sarah Underwood's there.
Definitely. And people like Blair Herter there.
Absolutely.
And everybody. But now let's talk about, we're going to introduce our top 5 movies that were introduced at Comic-Con.
That's right.
So here we go. And number 5, we'll go with Man of Steel.
Yeah, it was made by the same creator who made 300 and Watchmen. And so, after hearing that, I thought for sure this is going to be kind of a cartoony type of style movie. You know
That's
how
what I
300
thought.
had, the comic book style,
Yeah.
with blood squirting everywhere.
Yeah.
Left that behind completely. He is not going to do that for this one. Also, they've kind of modernized Superman quite a bit. If you see the trailers, you see his armor's got this kind of like a Batman style kind of weave to it, which is kind of going to happen because it was co-written with someone who wrote part of The Dark Knight Rises.
Right, I did see that too.
With that in mind, it should be a good movie.
Yeah,
still.
that alone should make it a good movie. After seeing the Dark Knight trilogy, that's enough. I was worried when I saw Watchmen and 300 because those movies are very different. And to bring that with Superman, it could have been totally ruined.
Well, like 300, I loved that, but Watchmen, I wasn't crazy about.
Watchmen just looked weird to me. That was just my opinion. But 300 was an alright movie, but Superman's not that type.
Yeah, I think people are ready to leave the super guy in tights behind and see a real hero. This is a modern age. This movies for grown-ups now. Grown-ups who are seeing their characters, the people they grew up with, in a completely new
In a
light.
more realistic feel of trying to make superheroes more realistic.
And there will be some fans mad about it. But I think with the kids nowadays growing up and everything, this is going to breed new fans seeing a more mature version of the movies, and I'm okay with it.
Definitely. Well, number 4, we have The Hobbit, a movie that I'm very excited about. I'm actually in the process of watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy right now. The Hobbit's set for holiday this year. And it's about Bilbo Baggins and Frodo, which you get to see a lot of them in the trilogy. And Gandalf's back, and Legolas is back in it too, Orlando Bloom. And they take a journey to Lonely Mountain to take back the treasure that Bilbo had, which was stolen by a dragon called Smaug. And I'm very excited for this movie.
I just picture hobbits being eaten by dragons. When I picture a battle between dragons and hobbits,
It might happen. You never know.
I just see the little guy's legs kicking out.
I'm not sure if that'll happen. But
that's just what's in my mind.
Yeah, there's 13 of them, and then Gandalf. And what I read, there isn't a whole lot released, but they get into some messy situations, and Gandalf bails them out like always.
Yeah.
So it looks like a very, very interesting movie. other than that, they haven't released a whole lot more on it.
It's another 2013 film.
It's this year.
Oh, it
Holiday
is this year.
12, yeah.
So
It's coming up, yeah, not too far away, and it's one of those movies they don't want to release too much information about because it's like an adventure style. They want you to be surprised and see.
That's good.
Just enjoy. I like it better that way.
It makes you pumped up. You get the suspense of seeing the movie.
Definitely. And number 3,
Thor.
Thor 2. We had to throw this in because I absolutely loved Thor 1, and then he rocked in Avengers.
Absolutely.
This is a movie that I know less about than The Hobbit because they're not saying hardly anything about it.
They're keeping a lot of these movies under lock and key.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing their best nowadays. It used to be, you go on the internet, you find information and all these things. Nowadays, they just shut it down completely. But I assume Natalie Portman might be back in it.
She is back,
I would
yeah.
hope.
Chris Hemsworth is back, of course, as Thor. I couldn't have that any other way.
Yeah.
And Jane Foster is Natalie Portman. They talked about them going to different worlds and developing the relationship between Thor and her because obviously Thor had a crush on her. So
Yeah. Hemsworth does an excellent job as Thor, right? He just, it's a perfect role for him.
Definitely. And other than that, I know they haven't really said if Loki's coming back as the bad guy. They haven't really developed that. But it looks like it's going to be a great movie. Hopefully it tops Thor 1.
We'll be seeing that one.
Definitely.
Number 2?
Number 2 is
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 3.
I started to say 2.
I know.
there's the third one.
There's a lot of controversy because everyone said Iron Man 2 was better.
Yeah.
I mean, you go up a step and now they're saying how can you do any better?
Yeah.
I mean,
there comes a point with a lot of these movie chains, when you just got to stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Iron Man 3 is going to be one of these or not. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, they obviously have something up their sleeve.
Yeah.
When they talk about bringing Mandarin in.
Yeah, his arch nemesis.
I can kind of understand that.
Yeah.
Them bringing it in.
If you don't bring it, they bring in someone like that, an important character from the history of Iron Man, late into the game, you're going to lose the series. So
it's a big risk.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, this could either be too late or just enough to keep it going longer and build up for maybe another Avengers movie.
Exactly. Which is part of the plan. They're all each superhero. They haven't released Black Widow and Hawkeye, but each superhero basically gets their movie from up until 14 when Avengers 2 comes out.
I'd love to see a Black Widow movie.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, and Hawkeye's in the new Born movie coming out.
Yeah, it makes a pretty good Bourne conspiracy.
Definitely, that might lead into a Hawkeye movie.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Do you think they'll have an Iron Man 4, or do you think this is the end of the line?
For the sake of Iron Man, this series, I kind of hope they stop after this one.
I do too.
Because I'm afraid if they keep going, they're just going to lose it.
Right. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is an amazing actor. And
absolutely.
He could easily do a 4 and a 5.
He always plays intelligent heroes too, like in the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Yep.
As a fan of that series, he is brilliant in those, and playing another intelligent hero that's just become the more common theme nowadays.
Definitely.
Smart heroes. He does an excellent job.
Yes, he does. And our last but not least number 1 movie is Expendables 2.
Absolute man movie here.
It is.
I mean, you look at the cast of this. You got Jean-Claude Van Damme. You've got Chuck freaking Norris.
Yep.
You can't beat that at all. You got Sylvester Stallone. You just got so many different people. Jet Li and this. It's just so many people that are amazing actors.
And many people are worried about that because too many times movies throw in too many big actors and it loses the plot. It loses the feel of an actual movie. I feel like you're just watching a bunch of old guys beat each other up. But we don't think it's going to be like that.
No. From everything I could garner from reading about it, it sounds like it's going to be an absolute kick-butt version of the movie.
I was worried about Expendables 1 because it was a lot of blowing up. It had that kind of Michael Bay type feeling, no story but a bunch of explosions. And it really wasn't. I mean, in the end, you actually felt like you actually saw a movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't
you were
a bunch
fulfilled by it.
Yeah.
You didn't feel...
You saw the violence and you saw the action and everything, and then you also got a story, which that's hard to pull off in today's Hollywood.
And especially a movie being directed by someone who's done action movies like that, Sylvester Stallone, you kind of expect just, straight up fighting nonsense kind of stuff, which, don't get me wrong, we love the fighting in the movies.
But we also want a good story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very important.
Engaging.
Yeah, and also Arnold is in the movie too, so Arnold and Chuck Norris would be, I would go for the movie just because of that. Yeah. If it was just them two.
As for story, it starts off with a friend of the Expendables being killed by Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is going to be the main enemy in this movie, which that's going to lead to an epic fight between Sylvester Stallone and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just something that I am dying as a man to see.
And we don't really know who's on whose side yet because it's kind of confusing how they've done that.
We just know Jean-Claude being the bad guy,
Yeah.
the rest is just...
Bruce Willis is out there somewhere.
Yeah. Which I assume he'll probably be bad.
I'm assuming, too. He tends to play that role.
Yeah. Or at least a rougher type of character.
Yeah, definitely. But that's our top 5 list from Comi-Con. If you guys have any different movies that you think were better or in our top 5, just let us know and let us know what you think of each movie. And
as like he said, as always, give us your input. We appreciate it, and that's what we need to keep you guys involved in our show. You're just as much a part of this as we are. So
it keeps the show going.
That's right. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching Gamerade's Comic-Con special.
First off, we want to thank Blair Herter for doing the interview for us and giving us tips and advice to expand the show. And
such a great guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And also our newest Gamerade member, Johnny Lowe. He is the one that did the interview. He's a great guy. Thanks, Johnny, for helping us out. Hopefully we see him again.
What a team player. You know,
Exactly.
That guy did a lot for us. That was just great.
And we definitely look forward to expanding Gamerade's crew.
Yeah.
Actually, on our new website, we just launched it, which is down there. Click on the link and check it out.
That link somewhere underneath the video.
We are going to post pictures of the crew members in one of our sections.
That's right.
And hopefully we'll expand that a lot more.
So get them one there.
Producer.
Thanks to our producer Andy Fish. He does a lot of our technical stuff and editing the videos.
Yes.
Brandon Swango.
Brandon Swango, our creative engineer. He does a lot of work behind the scenes.
Which we appreciate.
Definitely.
And we also want to thank our fans, the people who are watching this show every day, every time we release an episode. So you're the ones that keep us going. You're giving us your feedback, and that keep giving us your feedback because we really appreciate it.
And we need it. Yeah. We thrive on it.
You tell us what to review through what you say.
Exactly.
So
we don't want to review anything again that we decide.
Exactly.
We're not doing it.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here and look at the camera.
That's right.
Anything else?
I want to say thank you to Candace Bailey and Sarah Underwood for being absolutely beautiful on Attack of the Show and for continuing on. We know they lost Kevin Pereira on there.
Right.
He's doing his own thing now, but the show is still a great show. Guys, that would be another little thing to watch too.
Definitely. Attack of the Show on G4.
That's right.
And X-Play, which
X-Play.
is co-host is Blair Herter, definitely.
Again, G4 just has the greatest personalities.
Yes, they do.
Comic-Con gave us a conduit to talk to these people.
Yep.
So guys, Comic-Con, go to it. Keep up on what's getting ready to be released. We'll keep bringing you the information.
Get ready for the next episode.
That's right. See you guys later.